Hello friends! Today, 2 months after the creation of the FlowdetaVie channel, we are going to test a new format to shake things up a bit. I invite you to discover with me 4 ingredients to feel happier. What if I told you that to feel happier tomorrow, the best thing is to stop thinking about it? How do you stop thinking about tomorrow? When we've always been told, plan, anticipate, secure. What if I told you that it's precisely this obsession with the future that steals our joy today? Stick with me and I'll share how I change everything. It doesn't mean life doesn't suddenly become all rosy, but at least it's not all dark. Are you ready? The trap of the when. We live in a world where everything revolves around either the future, which triggers anxiety, or the past, which brings nostalgia, anger, resentment, or any other emotions. Rarely the present. When I retire, when I find love, when I have more time, when I get a promotion, a raise, a better job, when I get my degree or complete my training, when I've had my surgery, when I win the lottery, when I finally have the courage to leave my partner and finally have the courage to tell them the truth, when my investment finally pay off, when I get my jumpy, oops, my private joke, extra, extra. And when it's not the future, it's the past. When I was young, when I had all my teeth, before my accident, when I wasn't a widow or a widower, when I was in a relationship, when we were a united family, when everything was better, when we didn't ask all these questions, when things were simpler, when there was full employment, when I hadn't squandered all my savings. These thoughts imprison us. Sometimes we even rewrite history to embellish it or to play the victim and gain sympathy. Victim, persecutor, savior. Does that ring a bell? Are you familiar with Lise Bourbeau's 5 wounds and the 5 masks associated with them? These thoughts make us anxious and dissatisfied. As if happiness is always somewhere else, as if it always depends on others, friends, family, doctors, bosses, colleagues, without ever questioning ourselves. As if we always make others responsible for our state of being, without taking our own share of responsibility. Does this resonate with you? Yet, life is happening now. I tried a radical experiment to live in the present moment, and it changed absolutely everything. The experiment of living in the present moment here and now is inspired by Carpe Diem and Eckhart Tolle, and I decided to live in the present here and now for a month to start with. No longer-term plans except the essentials, like a mechanic appointment, for example. At every moment, I focus on the here and now, engaging all 5 senses. The taste of herbal tea, silent walk in nature, eyes open, or even better, closed intermittently, contemplating a sunrise or a sunset. A conscious conversation, like a talking circle, not a monologue where everyone interrupts without listening. It was hard at the beginning. My thoughts kept drifting to the future, but little by little, calm emerged, and I discovered 3 incredible things. The first one, living in the present helped me discover simple joy. Not the joy of big moments, but of small things. One morning I found myself truly savoring my herbal tea, smelling the scent of verbena, observing the play of light with the sun's reflection in my cup, hearing and listening to the birds and the rustling leaves while drinking, feeling the warmth in my throat, the taste of verbena, experiencing the sense of well-being tied to this timeless moment, uninterrupted by external distractions and free from the notion of time. That simple moment genuinely made me happy. When was the last time you felt truly happy yourself? Happiness is there, in the present. That's the flow of your life, that state where you lose track of time by being fully present. Focusing on the glass half full rather than half empty is one ingredient in the recipe for happiness. Second revelation, not thinking of tomorrow helped me make better decisions. Surprising, right? Don't you tend to overanalyze everything out of fear of making a mistake or losing something? When I live in the present, I ask myself, what feels right now? And my choices became more intuitive, more aligned. When faced with an opportunity, for example, I ask, does this opportunity excite me today? Do I feel any intuitive hesitation? The answer that comes is often crystal clear. The third revelation, goodbye anxiety. Anxiety comes from the what if. What if I fail? What if everything falls apart? What if? These are fictions, illusions, but our body believes them. When an anxious thought arises, I ask myself, what's my problem right now? Almost always the answer is nothing. I breathe, I'm alive. So, by stopping feeding those fears, my anxiety fades away. Now, how to start this recipe for happiness? Here are 4 simple ingredients to add to your daily life if they are not already there. The first ingredient, the aimless hour or aimless time, depending on the time you have. Set aside an hour, say an hour a day, if possible, without your phone, without any agenda, and please without music. No external stimuli. If an hour seems impossible for you, start with less and promise yourself to do a bit more once you've reorganized. Just be present, observe everything around you without expecting anything specific. Like watching a movie without being part of it. No thoughts, no words, no intentions, no actions whatsoever, as much as possible. The simple practice will bring you back to the present moment, here and now, I promise. The second ingredient, breathing. Take three. Take 3 conscious deep breaths several times a day, preferably with your eyes closed, and you'll see. This simple practice again will also bring you back to the present. The third ingredient, the herbal tea exercise that I've told you already. As mentioned, try enjoying your herbal tea or coffee, or a mindful meal. But I've got a problem with mindful meal anyway. We'll talk about fasting in a future topic, quite a program. The key is to engage all 5 senses. You get the idea? These first 3 ingredients can be combined into one. Set aside an hour or less, savor your drink, observe your inner life, and breathe consciously with your eyes closed intermittently. I saved now the 4th ingredient for last, my personal favorite. We are on FlowdetaVie. So the 4th ingredient is the regenerative movement, the KatsugenUndo. Do I even need to introduce it? Just incorporate a short improvisations of warm-up of your choice, lying down, sitting or standing. No need to change your schedule. Then let yourself go into your FlowdetaVie, surrounding to free, spontaneous and involuntary movement several times a day, whenever you have time. Why not retreat to the restroom if you're in a public or open space and worried about others' gazes? You know what? I dream of a flash mob of us all doing KatsugenUndo in a busy place. If you know Nancy Thermal in Nancy, behind the Parc Sainte-Marie, why not Tuesday the 9th of September? Let's try it. See how thoughts wander and how we get trapped. This simple practice will bring you back to the present moment, here and now, and help you let go. Conclusions. Happiness isn't tomorrow, it's now. Don't miss out on your life. Live in the present is the best way to prepare for a serene future. Take the challenge. Try spending at least one day in the present moment, incorporating the 4 ingredients I've shared. There are millions of others, of course. What have you got to lose? Where will you be on September the 9th, by the way? Shall we meet in Nancy? Share your experiences in the comments and subscribe to FlowdetaVie for more tips toward a freer and more autonomous life. Thank you and see you soon.